Hi there, Nathan Odie here with Simple Church at FUMC Santa Monica. We've been traveling through this Holy Week together, and we arrived today at Maundy Thursday, a day that I have to admit for the longest time I thought was called Monday Thursday, which makes absolutely no sense. But it's actually Maundy Thursday, and Maundy comes from the same root where we get our English word mandate. Because it is on this day that Jesus gathers with his disciples, ties a towel around their waist, washes their feet, and says, I give you a new commandment, a new mandate, that you love one another. As I have loved you, so too must you love one another. And a little bit later, he makes it clear what he means when he says love. As he's traveling from this place to the place where he is to be betrayed and arrested, he tells his disciples, greater love has no one than this, but to give one's life for one's friends. And of course, this is exactly what he's about to do in the most anguished of ways. I've been thinking about this scripture today and over the last few weeks as we have been asked more and more to give up the normalcy of our lives, to give up our livelihoods, and even about those who are asked to literally give up their lives for the sake of the most vulnerable in our society. And I know that there are lots of questions about who we ask to give up their lives, who is asked to sacrifice the most in this time, and whether or not it is actually fair to ask the people who are given the fewest protections in our society to give the most during this time. But I know for a lot of us, it seems like what we're being asked to do is just put up with a bunch of annoyances and inconveniences. Maybe put up with not having a livelihood for the time being. And I know that over this time, when I've been in 45-minute long lines to get into the grocery store, or when I have felt cooped up in my apartment, or really just want to go out and meet people for dinner and a drink, and instead am stuck here cooking and doing dishes by hand, I felt really uncomfortable and really inconvenienced. But it occurred to me that really what we're being asked to do is nothing more or less than what Jesus commands his disciples to do on the last night of his life. To give up our lives and livelihoods for the sake of the most vulnerable in our society as an expression of love. And I have to say that this has made a huge difference in the way that I have experienced my part in slowing the spread and flattening the curve. These 45-minute long lines to get into the grocery store and washing dishes by hand no longer cause me to feel frustration or anger or impatience, but rather cause me to celebrate the ways that our love can be played out. These lines are not frustrations, but expressions of love. That's made a huge difference for me. And I would say that if you can spend some time meditating today on all of the ways that our love is being played out in the world through this time of COVID-19, that it will make a difference for you as well. So I thank you so much for traveling this far with me today, and I'll see you tomorrow.